Hello, everyone. Oh, OBS needs to capture the game again. I hope everyone's doing well today. I ultimately want to be spending time here on my Mesmer, I think, continuing to try to fill out her storybook. But the current Zaishin mission is Unwaking Waters, and that's a great one to grab. So I think I'm going to just do that on, like, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well today, by the way. Okay, what are the three that you've got right now? Okay, too far. Assault in the Stronghold. Rylon Refuge. Okay. I'm going to put a pin in that. Maybe I'll go do stuff on her instead. How's your supply of... Yeah, see, you're pretty open. Delicious water. Yeah, you've got the same ones. A lot of Boreas seabed, apparently. Weird spot to be spawned into this map. Kind of in the middle of everything. Alright. Long Eyes Ledge, you say? Ooh, Seasons with Blast Rock for my reward. I don't mind if I do.
Hail, human.
Now I can help stop myself from tripping. How are we doing on our Island Refuge and T-Rock Orchard? I need to get a lot of these characters through Nightfall is what I'm picking up on. I already kind of knew that. Nightfall is definitely the campaign that I'm, like, least overall advanced through. Ruins of Sirmia. Well, that one's a spicy choice. Good old HCH. Do you have... Okay. Eternal Grove. Okay. And a bunch of Nightfall stuff. Interesting. I kind of wish Faction had been on a per character basis. It would just make things easier. Interesting. Yeah, you're getting really close to able to go there. THK and T-Hark. Yeah, not quite that THK. What a exciting start to the stream. Just me going through all my characters, grabbing the Zaishin mission. She's the closest to actually being able to do it right now, I think. see, you're at Divinity Coast. Yeah. Should. Okay, so you also need, like, something. Well, I mean, I'm here. I'm on this character. I wanted to do this one, so let's just go ahead and start this one then. Got a couple of other characters that maybe I'll try to do some advancement for missions on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Elementalists do a really good job of cutting them down. No, no. Hit the wrong button and it doesn't matter. Kind of wanting a Paragon in this party, but I don't have one yet. Yeah, it's definitely a spot where Elementalists shine more than Mesmers. I should go... check some stuff. So I can go to a Priest of Balthazar and assess where I'm at with this whole thing. That might not be a bad idea. Also, this villager is a chosen. You can tell because they're in my allies list. Yeah, didn't quite catch it. It's okay. Do, 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 do. I think I have my volume where it always is, but for some reason it feels a little quiet today, and I'm not sure why. I have my sound up, so... Anyway. Not the Tablet of Janthier. I want the gold coins. I will say, this is something I've been thinking about a little bit. I've been enjoying the stuff that ArenaNet's been doing with the expansions with Secrets of Obscure onwards. Like, we're on the third one now. And I think they've been doing some interesting stuff. I would really like to go back to Cantha at some point here, though. There's just more room to explore there. And I would like to. Has been random thought of this moment. Okay, glowy eye. Let's go. Let's go visit this person. Hi. interesting how the heroes get kind of scattered because of the way they're arranged. I think this was actually a little bit of a shortcut up here. Been playing a lot of Dragon Quest XI lately, like this past week in particular. I've been having a great deal of fun with it. It's really felt like an adventure. It's been a little. I've been trying to figure out like what has led to that impression as well. And I think part of it is there's just like the party interactions contributes to it. A lot of it is I don't know what's going on. There's also just an element of this is a little hard to qualify exactly, but they do these little things to make it feel like there's a lot of little things to discover. There's a crafting system and you need to find the recipes for it. That contributes a little bit. There's these camps that you can go to that kind of function as like spots in the wilderness, but when you're to like rest, and they're identifiable by like a campsite. So it's like this is a mechanically designated rest area, basically. But one of the things that they do with those is it goes to like nighttime with your party, all the members of your party sitting around, sitting around this campfire together, and you can go talk to your other party members about your current objectives, and it's something that really helps create a feel, I thought, of this eye bobbing in front of everything. But it really helps create this feel of like your characters hanging out, going on a journey together. And there's like other spots too where they will kind of do that sort of thing. I need to wait for this guy to finish his dialogue and then I can but it's a very effective like when your party starts scattering and they don't just spend all of their time hanging out with you, it does a really good job of making them feel distinct. Get that healing breeze going. There we go. Okay, that was a bad spawn. If that had been hard mode, I would have lost that one, I'm sure. But this is not hard mode, so not a problem. Yeah, I do think I want to go, because people have asked, and I'm finding myself wanting to, of like, where am I in this quest for unlocking all skills? And like, there's definitely aspects of it, like I want to go get more skills unlocked through the quests in this, right? Because that saves me money, ultimately, is really what's going on with that. Which, you know, is in short supply on a new account. Or rather, expenses are in high supply, which is the greater issue, quite bluntly. But I think it would be good to do kind of a, okay, what's an audit? Where are my skills at? This eye is so obnoxious. Yeah, there's a bunch of red pings that are fundamentally not important. Saving them actually does reward us with a morale boost, though, which is interesting. Hey, random villager, come join us. I also need to go get the person that's hidden back here in these hills. Yeah, this person. Also, just to change topics wildly, we've been drafting Lore and Eclipsed at my local game store, and I cannot figure out the format yet. I mean, we've only done like three-ish, has it been 3 drafts? Something like that. We'll do a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when that comes out, a pre-release event, and then a couple of drafts, and then we'll probably go back to Lore and Eclipsed, maybe Bloomborough, because apparently our store got a bunch of Bloomborough in. But regardless, the point remains that we've been doing Lore and Eclipse drafts, and I really have been struggling to figure out the format and how to like draft it effectively. And a lot of it comes down to still trying to grab my head around what cards are actually important. Like, which cards are the ones that are important to being successful with an archetype. That's really an important thing to figure out, and I haven't entirely yet. So it's causing a lot of challenges for me in terms of trying to do well. See, whenever I see somebody with kind of a long name ending in like a random assortment of letters and numbers, my general assumption is that that is a bot. Just coming around to spam nonsense at everyone. Thank you, Moobot, for cleaning that up. The good bots fighting the bad bots. And now I'm thinking about Gen AI, or generative algorithms as I like to call them, because like this is one of those things that's really interesting in terms of how humans perceive intelligence. And one of the things that we use as a measure for perceiving intelligence is linguistic skills. And so, like, this actually has a lot of really broad implications. One of the big ones, of course, is that means people who might struggle with a language are seen as less intelligent than they actually are. And there's any number of reasons, but yeah, it's like anybody who's speaking a foreign language, they're going to lack fluency, they're going to lack eloquence, and that is a signaler to us for stupidity, which isn't true. You can't measure intelligence by skill with language, but it feels like a thing to us. And the end result of this is, of course, that it affects how we treat others, right? When we think they're stupid. And so the flip side of that is if we think something is smart because it impresses us with its linguistic capabilities. I'm just going to pick up those robes at the end of the mission since we're almost there anyway. That it can very much so appear to be intelligent when it's not. And that's one of the challenges with the generative algorithms, is they are very effective at stringing things together in ways that sound like intelligent speech. But that doesn't mean there's intelligent meaning behind that stringing together. It's just happenstance. What it's determined is most likely sequence. Like they're probability engines. And like that's also why they have the hallucination problem, and that problem is inherently baked into the way that they work and is therefore unsolvable. Functionally, they're generative algorithms. They don't actually think. They're incapable of thinking, such as we would like. They can't reason through things. They don't know how to research anything. But because of their apparent fluency, their apparent skill, they trick people. And that in and of itself is a huge issue. Trader Versailles, I would like your quests here. Hexbreaker and Air Attunement. Both quite useful, actually. Ethereal Burden is probably better for me than Stone Daggers, but I don't mind getting both. Okay. That I will salvage. I don't think I need granite. So yeah, anyway, it's just one of these things that's a little frustrating of like the generative algorithms are just very good at fooling people into thinking that they are intelligent when they are not. Okay, these are not worth doing anything more with. And on top of it, there's a huge cost to them in terms of like resources and things like that, as well as what they're doing economically of, you know, people wanting to use them over the efforts of actual people, which is also an issue. Nice. Doing these is definitely good for money. I don't need any of these things yet. What I'm eventually going to want to be able to get is large equipment packs. These heavy ones are useful, but the problem is for them to actually become useful, you need to have a lot of stuff. And so 15 is a really good sort of in-between point. I think, is it, how many silvers is it to a gold? No, that's the copper reward. I need the silver reward person. So gold coin is 10. So that's what, 50 silver? I guess, is that right? A lot of the rest of these are not worth getting, but yeah, so it's 10 times 5 is 50 silver. So I'm a good bit of ways away from starting to get any of those, but eventually. The Envoy Sword skin is really cool. I wonder, I know the Envoy Scythe is in Guild Wars 2. I'm not sure if the Envoy Sword is or not. Obviously, these are not things that I am concerned about actually obtaining, but they are interesting to look at. Okay, so I wanted to look at the Priest of Balthazar, because I wanted to get an assessment of what I'm missing skills-wise. So, looks like ignorance. Let's see. Sort by... Can I sort by... No. Okay, that's... actually, sort by campaign might be useful. Okay, so Arcane Echo, regular Echo. Yeah, I needed to go get that still. I think there was other spots to get that, though, which are going to be a lot easier, so I was going to leave that. Epidemic, Ignorance, Mantra of Resolve, Mantra of Inscriptions. Okay, so there's a number of skills there. Migraine, yeah, Keystone Signet, Ineptitude. This has a good spot to capture in Eye of the North, so that's where I'm going to do it. A lot of factions skills here. Ring Insecurity, Psychic Instability, Shatterstorm. Yes. I was thinking about getting this on somebody else. that I thought would be useful to have it as a secondary. And I don't remember who that was now. My assassin, I believe. Shared burden. Number of non-elites. Nightfall, you can see there's a 25 mesmer skills there that I'm missing. Quite a few. This one's a neat one. And then, yeah, I have a bunch of the Eye of North skills still. Warrior. I still don't have 100 blades. Interesting. Battle Rage also is a decent-ish one, but... I got a lot of the Warrior Core stuff. Earthshaker's going to be a little annoying to go get. I don't have Riposte yet. Flurry. Gowrath Slash. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here that I should be going to grab. Wow, factions, you can see just how poorly I've done in getting those ones. Nightfall's actually made some decent progress. I've got so many elite skills to get still, though. I've done a pretty decent job with Ranger, actually. Nightfall's obviously a bit lacking. This skill got made way better. In part, it's the 3-second as opposed to 6-second recharge. Yeah, there's a spot where there are 3 elite skills to capture off of Rangers in Nightfall. So that's gonna, but that's not until the Desolation. I think it's Magebane Shot, Smoke Trap, Quicksand, I think. Got a lot of monk stuff to get. Martyr might be better to capture on my Necro. It's the professional I would tend to want it on more because you can like transfer. It plays okay on Ranger because you can Antidote Signet, but I mean you can do that on Primary Monk. Probably want your elite for something else. Oh my goodness, there's a bunch of elites here. Amity, I don't have Healing Hands unlocked yet. Wild. Restore Condition. Shield of Judgment. Life Barrier. I do want Restore Life. I'm going to guess that's a skill that I should just purchase. I have actually a good number of these. This one's also not bad to go get. Word of Censure. I forget where Air of Enchantment is. That looks like a hurricane in a tropical area. Nightfall, you can see just how dismal this acquisition process has been. Withdraw Hexes, by the way, this one, this is Divine Favor Elite. But this is one where I'm like, okay, you have designed this exact opposite of how it needs to function. It needs to have really long recharge and then get the recharge time reduced for each hex removed. So that way it's super strong if hexes are being spammed and kind of garbage otherwise. Signet removal has always been a little clunky. I've gotten a lot of the Eye of the North monk skills, actually. Tainted Flesh is core. I didn't realize that offhand. Rigor Mortis, that makes sense as being a core skill. Lingering Curse also is one that I do want to be picking up. Yeah, I'm missing a bunch here. Not terribly surprised. I mean, the number one thing that I need to do right now is just advance my characters through the campaigns. Spoil Victor is a good one to be getting before I'm worrying about fighting Shido, so that's something that I should keep in mind as I get characters through the air. It's interesting that I have a lot of these non-elite skills. Doing way worse on Nightfall, again, like normal. I have the North pretty thorough, actually, on that one. We already looked at that one. Surprised I don't have Aftershock yet. I like that skill quite a bit. More on Warrior. I might need to go buy that on my Warrior, actually. Meteor is another one that I should have gotten by now, and for some reason I just haven't. It might be off of, like, a skill quest that I just have not done yet. That's very likely what's going on with that one. Obsidian Flesh is annoying to go get in Ah, but it's core, so that's not too big of an issue. I actually have a lot of the core skills here, I'm noticing. A couple of glyphs. Glyph of Energy is really annoying to go get because it's in Mineral Springs. Overall acquisition is not bad. Yeah, Mist Form, I couldn't tell if I had... I was pretty sure I had it unlocked, but I couldn't tell because of the icon, like, being so desaturated. When it's unlocked, it's different coloration. Wow. Yeah, factions. A lot of skills to go get there. A lot of skills to go get Nightfall. Haven't touched Eye of the North, it looks like. Assassin will be... Yeah, a huge number of its skills are here because it's not split between core and... You can see I have a lot of work to do on my Assassin. Just even looking at this. Nightfall has barely been touched. The Golden Fox Strike, and that's it. Eye of the North, Way of the Master, and that's it. Lotus Strike actually is one that I'm quite fond of, so... And Falling Lotus as well. Trampling Ox is also really useful. Those are some skills that I might want to prioritize. Yeah, Ritualist similarly very non-gotten. Probably get a bunch of these on my Necro, I think. Although a lot of the Binding Rituals, I might favor my Ranger, because Binding Rituals get reduced by expertise. Nightfall not touched at all. Eye of the North not touched at all. I actually quite like Pyrrha's Leaming, so that's definitely one to be going to get. A little bit better on Dervish. Yeah, still. I've gotten a lot of the Eye of the North ones, actually. Paragon is actually not as bad as I thought it was, but still pretty poor. They made this less adrenaline, which is actually quite helpful for energy management. Motivation in general, like, the power is yours. This should probably be updated to scale more aggressively. This will scale to the point where basically when you use it, you give your allies 1 energy. Like, if this was a shout that said each ally gains 1 energy, that would sound way weaker. But when this goes 3 seconds, 1 pip of energy regeneration is 1 energy. And so the power is yours could realistically scale up to 2 pips of energy regen and still be probably fine. A decent number of skills to get here. Not 100% sure how I'm going to divide up the acquisition, though, because I don't have primary Paragon, I don't have primary Ritualist, so that means that I'm kind of spreading some of these out a little bit differently. Like, Spear Swipe is kind of dubious. I probably am going to get a lot of the spear attacks on my Warrior, though, or spread them between Warrior and Ranger. Spear Swipe is definitely easier to use for Ranger, just because, like, obviously you want a leadership spear. And, like, I might want a leadership suffix for Arbalist, which is the strength spear. Potentially, or, like, that's certainly worthy of consideration. But expertise making this cheaper to use also has a lot of appeal. So I might consider getting some of these more energy-based ones on my Ranger. Okay, well, we've got a long ways to go. I'm not going to do any sort of, like, counting or anything to figure out exactly where I'm at with that. I don't think that would be interesting. But I do think looking at where I'm at with that is informative. So it was good to do a little bit of an audit. I'm looking forward to getting, like, through this whole project. It's definitely been quite the journey, though, and it's clear, like, just how much of an effort it is. I think one of the things that's proven really tricky about this is I prioritize going wide, but that also slows down resource acquisition. So what I mean by that is, like, lower level areas like Maguma Jungle here are just not going to reward as much, like in terms of valuable drops and stuff like that. So it slows down acquiring money. So I've been trying to build up a body of skills across a bunch of different characters, and that I think has had pros and cons to it as an approach. I want to bring up a Brother's Fury here. I want to remember exactly which branch I needed to travel on in this path. But definitely one of the things that I'm feeling is like, okay, if I want to get access to these things, I need to go through here and stuff like that. So like, I should probably be spending a bit more time in Eye of the North, because that will lead, A, it's not super long, and B, like getting through it will lead to a lot of good rewards. But like, just one of the major things here is, if I want to advance these characters, one of the things I'm going to need to do is like, I don't know, I'm really feeling the importance of getting more of the map uncovered, like having more outposts available. Like when I've been playing around on my main account, I play through a campaign. What am I doing? I'm jumping from outpost to outpost, right? On one of my existing characters, like if I'm filling out a storybook. And that's a very different experience than, okay, I have to trek all the way across here doing all of these primary quests. So it's like, I do want to get my characters to the point where I'm not spending like all of my time doing primary quests and stuff. And I definitely feel like I'm doing that. And like getting this count to the point where it's like, okay, I can start vanquishing and stuff like that is just, it's going to be important. So anyway, it's like what I've been feeling with, okay, I want to get characters to the Maguma Jungle to start doing side quests there so I can knock those things off and things like that. For right now, my priority is getting into the Wilds Outposts. Once I've done that, I can... But it feels like I'm trying to get a bunch of characters to the point where they can start spreading out and getting stuff. And maybe it would have been better to kind of go a little bit more one at a time and try to like get full coverage on a character and then full coverage on another character. And I'll go turn to that quest later. Because like I'm kind of at a point where I have enough of the skills unlocked that I can kind of just succeed going through stuff. So it's more I need to get access to spots to do. Well, how do you like it? Well, you can't use a skill on an enemy because it's dead. But I kind of feel like I'm at a point where I need to get greater coverage, just that way I can sorry, my brain is like bopping back and forth. Get greater coverage so that way I can do expeditions to go capture skills. And do things like dungeons and stuff that'll produce a greater amount of resources and stuff like that. No, I don't want you to empathy. What if you empathy? That's the wrong time to use Hexbreaker. Did you know that? You should use Hexbreaker before somebody tries to hex you. Actually, I probably just had its Hexbreaker triggered. Okay, and I got Unwaking Waters on this character, right? Yes, okay, good. Okay. And we've got a lively one here. Oh. Turns out they're all going down in the face of Rodgwart's invocation, so that's that. I don't care about those spiders. If they want to do something, they should come over here. Hexbreaker, you say? And there's the lilac eye that I need for that quest. I don't feel like doing this mission right this moment. But I will turn this wall of text in. And it's not derogatory, by the way. I think there's a lot of value to walls of text. I think they can be quite interesting, but I'm not here to go deep on the story in the sense that I have, in fact, already previously gone deep on the story. Okay, so these guys are currently worth 160 gold apiece. This is one of the things that's really subtle about the Prophecies campaign. If I identify this poisonous longbow that also reduces poison duration on you by 20%, now it's worth 157. And if I identify this weird blood wand, it goes from 80 to 94, which is a bit of an increase in value. This staff actually also very much so worth identifying. Yeah, that went up to 76. So these quest reward items that you probably don't want, or you might use them for a little while and then stop using them, whichever it kind of falls into categorically. I don't know. Where do I want this axe haft? Probably need to clear some of this stuff out, but it doesn't matter that much. Like, that's actually can be a not insubstantial source of gold. Okay. I wanted to go to other characters. In particular, my warrior had a couple of things to go do. So I can't pick up on that because I have a gate too far. Okay, yes, that's that one. What was this one? Okay. Got a lot of random things floating around here. I want to go to Eye of North and start doing stuff there. Okay, so I've done Curse of the Norn Bear, so I need to go south to... What's the best way to get there? Is it from up here? Might be... Yeah, probably. Probably. Actually, I could do... Okay, here, I'm thinking. What is this bar? What was I doing that had this bar? I mean, this is fine, but... I don't remember what I was doing that had such a wonky bar. Okay, let's get more maximum health. Do I have any? Yeah. Mainly, I want to make sure I do Worthy Deeds under cheap.
You seek the dwarves?
Yes. I still seek the dwarves. Sif.
Never anger
Okay, I have Worthy Deeds under cheap. Okay, so that's going to give Onslaught, which I don't want on this character. I want that on my Dervish. I mean, I might eventually someday potentially consider getting Onslaught on this character because it's not bad, but and then don't need that one. I probably do want a Signet of Capture because... friggin' sort by attribute, please. What was that malarkey? Okay. Also, I need like a full party, but that's a thing I can begin attending to. Okay. Too many things to messily juggle. Okay. So, rabbit is also not something I need. Okay. I don't need to worry about getting those. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He probably doesn't need Glyph of Lesser. I should change Dunkor around slightly, and I can replace Remove Hex with Cure Hex, which is probably overall more useful. I do like me a PNH. When... Ooh, I have Zandra available. Okay, this is a fine support. Spirit support stuff. And then I have Jin and Vec. Let's grab those two then. Yeah, that's probably acceptable. Okay, so Restore Life. That's another one that I'm going to check. Restore Life. Okay, that's the skill trainer thing. Yeah. Yak Spend Emberlight Camp. Let's just go to Emberlight Camp and grab Restore Life real quick. Oh yeah. Well, I'm thinking about though, Donkey, I do want to swap you over to Cure Hex. And I don't think you need Glyph of Lesser. Let's see. Those are your bar pushers right now. I feel like I don't mind the idea of Patient Spirit. The AI might be dumb with how they use that one, though. That feels like a skill that the AI probably doesn't know how to use properly. Yeah, well, I'll leave it there anyway. Oh, I'm /D right now. Okay, I'm not going to worry about going to capture that one skill then yet. Or capture, purchase, you know what I mean. Let's go fight a big unfriendly Jotun. I'm bringing Sigmund to capture because I don't remember whether or not it has it, but there's a chance that the big unfriendly Jotun has Earthshaker, and if that's the case, I 10,000% want to capture it. There, rather than having to trudge around the Shiver Peaks trying to grab it.
Why are you here?
Okay, this spot can be quite difficult, so I am going to want to be careful doing this. That said, Defy Pain does make me extremely tanky. Okay, let's begin over aggroing. I mean, I'm fairly confident in my own character. Note that using the Lion's Comfort does reset the Signet of Capture, which is amusing. Okay, it's not like I can overcome all of these hexes by myself. I'm not surprised that we're struggling here. This is a spot that's just... Jotunners are actually pretty strong, and this many stacked up tends to be a bit of a challenge to actually make your way through, so... A bit of struggle here is not unexpected. Like, that's just so many casters, like, stacked up, casting Punisher hexes on us. It's a real problem. Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Logramar Nash. I don't know what elites you have offhand. But I am going to attack you repeatedly. Skullcrack. Okay, well, that's less than exciting. Yeti Smash is a skill that I will want eventually, but I can just buy that as skill trainer, so I might as well just hang on to the Signet of Capture for now, rather than having to go buy another Signet of Capture. Not like Yeti Smash is going to help me in my endeavors here, so... Imlad is a good skill. A little bit harder for a warrior to use, though.
Why are you here?
Ooh, Quarren. We'll make our way through these centaurs, no problem. Okay, that's one of the guys we need. The challenge here, of course, is that we are, in fact, not just doing this quest. We will then be pushing down to Olaf instead. So it might be for the best that I didn't capture a skill there. There are a lot of random spots to capture skills in Eye of the North, though. There are cars underneath here. You can fight that in Guild Wars 2 if you want. Let's get these chilling wisps. There's a lot of patrolling chilling wisps around here, and that's one of the dangers of this area is you can end up finding yourself surrounded just because there's a lot of enemies that wander this ice lake. Drakkar Lake. Yeah, there's the Drakkar underneath us. Not to be confused with Krakatorrik because it is not. Or Tormag, I should say. I mean, it's not also not Krakatorrik, but this is where I want to be careful and not aggro Mish too soon, because I do want to take out these intermediary guys. Man, this is a rough spot. The problem here is once you stop to perform melee attacks, you get the icy stuff on you, and then you can't move worth a lick. It's bad for heroes because they try to kite and can't, and it's bad for me because I want to get up to enemies so I can fight them and can't. Elias has a ton of death penalty built up, which is not ideal. Okay, Mish, get over here. Obviously, this does affect the enemies as well. But I'm just worried about the frozen elemental coming on us there. Okay, no aggro. That's good. Now we need to go into the bunny's domain. A lot of white Moas out today. Don't know what's up with that, but this way. These guys like to lead with trample, which I would rather they didn't, but here they are. It's not like they care about my wishes. Nor do they need to. Man, mischance is especially brutal on Assassin. As long as Elias can keep some minions up, but we're going to be going to an area where there's just not a whole lot. Well, I guess it's not terrible before we go fight a bunch of enemies, so... I'm going to flag my guys here at the top. There's probably good. Gonna be over soon. Hey, locked chest. Not that I have any lockpicks on me, but... Okay, time to try to get out of here. My secret weapon. Switching to a sword with more defenses. Okay. Keeping my dudes from running down there feels like it was the right call. Yeah, I've got a good number of skill points on this character. Good old 69 skill points. Oh, man. Splinter Weapon doing some good work with a scythe. Like it always has. Works really well with Barrage, too, but... That's a bad buckler. One of the challenges here is these guys don't leave corpses, so Elias is not able to raise minions, which is not ideal. Shield of Judgment. Could be. There we go. One more Mystivite here. Let's take it out for the Slayer points. No, I guess we'll spawn several more along here as we clean these guys up. But that's fine. Nice. 100 enemies slain threshold. Guys keep popping up, which is... Sympathetic Visage, kind of annoying, but not like a game ender for me. Because my build is not 100% adrenaline based. Cool. What did we get here? Sleep Now on Fire. Stuff is going to be good enough. That's worth doing that with. Okay. This direction, I suppose. Yeah, I need to get over to here. I mean, that where these under cheap does conveniently lead, like, down, I guess you could say, the map. How much? Okay. I'd be curious to see if they changed that by, like, removing the anti-knockdown clause, what that would do. Where is this one? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of want to try that out. Well, Norn hunting rank 3 is something that I would want if I was vanquishing, but I am not. So, not really the best timing, but oh well. I had to try for it, you know, that's how it goes. Is there some...
Why are you here?
To fight you, obviously.
Never anger a Norn.
Okay. I mean, I just basically need to go to southish. It might actually be Dervish boss along here, but I'm not looking to capture any of the Dervish attack skills because they're all tear down, and those are all terrible if you can't afford tear down skills. I like how symbiosis means Elias's enchantment pile it has him at like a bajillion HP. Like his total is 689, which is a lot. I mean, I'm obviously higher because of my elite, but for how much aggro he's drawing, it means that he's really got a lot of maximum HP. Pretty cool for him. And now that maximum HP just goes away, and he almost dies. As soon as we kill the symbiosis. Yeah. Warriors should be buffed enough that the bajillion things that are good against them in PvE aren't like absolutely crushing.
Never anger a Norn. Who sent you?
Guess I'm gonna go around this way. My simps are kind of a big threat, though. It's nice playing a character that can just shrug off maelstroms. One of the things we're talking about that could make a warrior better in my Discord server. Oh, I need to remember to apply the better settings that Dead on Stick suggested. But was having strength give increased attack and movement speed in PvE. So many FIT spawns. This, yeah, 70 health. It's a pretty strong healing effect.
Never anger a Norn.
I have so much more HP than you do right now.
Never anger a Norn.
20 reputation points. I will take it. For all, I'm about to walk into town. One of the conveniences about it being a female character is that you can interact with Olaf for a number of quests and things rather than having to go to his daughter who's hanging out in the friggin' area by the dungeon. Okay.
Never anger a Norn.
I lied, surely you jest, but since Jorah speaks well of you, I'll give you a chance. Meet me outside at the Shrine of the Raven Spirit, and we will discuss matters further. Yes. Discuss. Also pronounced punch each other in the face.
Who sent you?
Imlad is such a good skill.
Hail, human.
Yep, up to 70 skill points now. I need the money to spend them. That's the biggest challenge. Okay. Do I have... I meant to do that. Probably not. I don't need that with me. I want to try charging strike because have you seen the non-damage value they gave that? Do I have cracked armor going on? Yeah, I do, technically. So this would actually be a fairly reasonable skill to bring. I think Radiant Scythe makes a lot of sense. Let's bring Body Blow instead of Chilling Strike, actually. If you activate the skill while drunk, it's such an obnoxious line of text. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go to the eye. Do I have a quest turn into Artificial Millennium, or does that just do a quest for me? Okay, that's one of these guys, so I don't care about that. Yeah, I should sell these things in my inventory as well. Okay. Marianne. Not this ancestor person.
Who goes there?
I do. I'd like to sell you a random assortment of things that I don't need. What are these? Yeah, those are the cool daggers. Okay.
Are you still here?
Yes. I meant to do that. Must not be an Eye of the North skill. Well, I don't know. Just give me these. There. That's taken care of. Put the extra cash away. Oh wait, no, I meant to do that is totally a strength skill and not whatever. That's a lot of adrenaline. Hmm. I'll bring Burst of Aggression. I don't think Burst of Aggression is amazing, but unfortunately, Warrior increased attack speed skills are all kind of medium. Frenzy is like arguably the best one, but you absolutely have to have a cancel stance, which I do with Charging Strike, but I'm not sure that I want to risk it in PvE, where it's just a lot more unpredictable. One of the big problems is that Warrior it came first, and so all of its increased, like all of the increased attack speed skills that you get later on are less convoluted than Warrior. But Warrior tends to get 33% and a lot of others are 25%. So like there's that. But yeah, it's just a rough situation for Warrior when it comes to skills. There's not a whole lot I can do about that fact either. It just is awkward. Okay. I wish that they would do something about that, quite frankly, but they're not. They haven't, and they're not going to. So that's what I'm convinced of. I don't know how good these are going to be against the destroyers, but we'll roll with it. There's an argument to bringing something like Taste of Death. I don't know that I have some of those skills unlocked, actually. There's an argument for bringing skills that I don't have, so I won't, because I don't have them. That seems seems pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'm not sure about Patient Spirit, honestly. Healing Ribbon is one of those skills that's really cool, but it would be so much better if it was more reliable in terms of how it worked. Like if it was always healing the allies with the lowest health near that one. I'm going to switch him over to Spotless Soul just for some more Condy control. I don't know if that's actually what's called for here, but... It's like everything else that I'd give on Koro is things that is like, I don't trust the AI to use properly is the issue. Yes, I've cracked armor off with Thunderclap and Spirit Rift, so we're good on that front. It's very interrupt heavy. Would I want to switch Jin over to be using Barrage instead of Punishing Shot? I'd have to drop Read the Wind. I really like the suggestion somebody had of changing these preparations to affect your next X attacks instead of for lasting a period of time. Then they could work with Barrage and just end a lot faster. I think would be a very reasonable design direction to take them. I think I do like the idea of going that. Obviously that becomes bad though. That's just such a huge spike of damage. Disabling Lightning reflexes for 5 seconds. Yeah, disabling these for 5 seconds is not a huge deal. I'll try rolling with it. Okay. Well, I don't know. I've done a few tweaks. Let's go. Fight Olaf and company. Seems like the reasonable thing to do. Seems like the thing that they want us to do at any rate. I'm bringing I meant to do that because there's a Destroyer of Tremors or whatever that knocks you down. So it felt like it just made a lot of sense to bring a skill that responds to that. Honestly, doing Zaishin quests is a really good way of making money, so it's something worth considering, like trying to build up towards. Especially since they also give like bonus resources like faction and stuff like that too. Hey you, let me start off this fight right with just an absolute massive spike of damage. Yeah, because I'm so energy heavy, like Burst of Aggression doesn't feel as bad. Burst of Aggression is also a skill that I really like using with daggers because the downside is pretty minimal when you're using daggers. Rock Cranor.
Why are you here? Who sent you?
Yeah, no, we're not trying to fight a lot of things. Doing vanquishes up here is like Zaishin vanquishes in particular are a good source of income. I could probably be done with all of the like I need money if I took resources from my main account. I don't have... I do have Delver. Oh, I might have Delver, but I haven't gotten the thing for Delver. Okay, well. Never mind. False alarm. And these guys are so freaking tanky. I would like this Destroyer Core, thank you. Another thing I need to add to the pile of collectibles, but...
Never anger alone.
I don't know what this is thinking it's pointing towards. Oh, I guess maybe I do need to go that general direction. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I got kind of turned around a little bit. It's not like I did this that long ago last. I've been going through Eye of the North stuff. To some extent. It's a little awkward. I don't want to switch out of Burst of Aggression because it will drain my adrenaline. It's a little awkward, but that's okay. Okay, Norn, open this shrine, and then let's fight some destroyers, and let's go. And that's exactly why I brought I meant to do that. Because I know those guys are here. Being able to take advantage of that knowledge seemed prudent to me. We're gonna have various other destroyers pop up to fight. Okay, spawn more. This would be a good reason to have Wild Blow or something. These guys do or have blocking stances like Lightning Reflexes, for example. That they like to use, which is a real pain in the butt. Whatever. Cool. Let's go. I don't care for Raven Blessing. I'm going to ignore its existence. Hey, Salty Grease. Exactly. Destroy the destroyers. The perfect plan. What could go wrong? How are you doing, Salty Grease? Enjoying your Melandriu's Covenant character? Hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Since it is quite easy to skip a lot of stuff if you have the resources just lying around. I've done that sort of thing enough times, like off of my own willpower, that I don't necessarily have an urge to do it more than I already am right now. But I certainly appreciate the idea of the characters and that they exist. What are some of the things that have stood out to you so far from having to do it and the experience that's forcing upon you? I'm rooting for the Destroyer here, I think. These Drakes are no joke. Yeah, I really wish I brought stance removal. Oh, well. And that hits so hard. Our progression is odd compared to the prophecy, in my opinion. Levels and skills are better streamlined, but the actual story beats are very whelming. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like the prophecy story is the most interesting one, personally. And a lot of the reason for that is because your character's motivations are more streamlined, I guess. In the sense, streamline's the wrong word. Your character motivations are like, I want to protect my kingdom, and then that like escalates to we need to save the world. And I feel like the stuff with Varish like escalates way too quickly. Nope, I will not receive the Olaf Raven blessing from Olaf. Thanks. But yeah, I do feel like Prophecies has like the pacing is just differently structured after Prophecies. But yeah, it's all very like, I suspect this person of doing evil. Behold, they're doing evil. That's kind of a summary of a lot of the Nightfall stuff early on, especially. Hmm. Making a big difference for you, getting them heroes early, eh? Might as well just use that there. Honestly, I don't think the change to the damage from this makes this overpowered when you compare it to the damage from other elite skills that other professions have. If anything, more warrior elites need to be brought up to the strength of Charging Strike that Charging Strike is now at. For PvE, at any rate. Of course, it'll make the enemies terrifying, but so be it. There's going to be a pop-up right here in the middle. Your hero tries to protect you. They give you an enchantment. The enemy shatters it and deals even more damage to you. Getting heroes and hero skill points so you can teach the heroes. Yeah, I can see that being quite useful. I want to go after this Mesmer here. Okay. I want to actually wait here a moment just to make sure. Well, obviously we need everybody resurrected. Probably need to get everybody energied up too while we're at it. Okay, those are looking better. There we go. This probably won't matter, but there is a rest point over here that I want to activate. Probably don't need to actually go over there to activate it, but... I meant to do that too soon. No. Just wasn't registering yet. And these guys are so annoying. Just take these guys down. I had an assassin with me right now to break all these stances. Wish I could use that portal to get to the central transfer chamber, but we don't need to go there yet even. Not like I can walk through it and have anything happen. So there we go. Now Olaf will call King Jealous Ironhammer.
Are you hunting something?
I will grab this, but I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to go turn in this Zaishin quest so I can get the other Zaishin quest. Up this way. Where am I gonna put these destroyer cores? Over here seems fine. Right, superior absorption, not exactly thrilling. I need a new ID kit here. Merchant. Let's go. It's elegant scythe. I went from 51 gold to 100 gold. Okay. Let's go. There's no reason to do that just yet. I need to talk to Zenshu. And then I can get my reward, and then I can continue on. Yes. Storing these up over here. Okay, I think my ranger was the only one that didn't have it yet. Yeah. Because I grabbed it on her. I think, and then did other random stuff. Okay, Defenders of the Forest. Let's go do that. I'm gonna eventually want to get our Lux and armor, actually. Win is nice because it provides some additional support healing. This is a little bit stronger now, which is cool. I'm okay with running that bar with her. A little bit more healing oriented, though. Yeah, this is probably fine. Probably. Right to Deldrimmer recurve. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I've got enough interrupts and stuff going on this bar. I want to get Arcing Shot now that they've made that good. I'm gonna try Marauder Shot, see how I feel about that one. Yeah, I feel like this makes Marauder Shot a skill I actually want to use. This one is cripple the duration on foes. Yeah, it's not the best prefix for this build, but it's fine. I could bring pin down and that would work with it, but this is a bow that you'd want as a crip shot, which I'm not, so. This character had Eternal Grove. Yeah. I do want to get more characters through factions as well, so. Opens up more options for capturing skills and all that too. Yeah, Archer Signet does not seem especially good. Yeah, I definitely feel like my priority right now needs to be on getting map progression. I'm just thinking, like, strategically speaking, I've been focused pretty heavily on trying to get, like, access to skills that I want to be able to use. And at this point, I feel like I've got a strong enough base for that. Major Spear, interesting. That increasing my access to the map so I can do things seems the most fruitful. Do I have... yeah. Need to wait for Milani to catch up. She got kind of separated there. I also kind of want to hop onto my monk and get restore condition, but... Hey, jerks. Warden of the Mind, you say? I really don't need the energy management from that, I'm finding. From Body Shot, I mean. It's just not doing a ton for me. Yeah, she probably shouldn't be using... As much as I like this, it's a little bit weak at her attribute spec, and you really want to have that be a bit higher to be using it. Wow, Luxons are doing really well right now. It feels so detached from the PvE experience of the game, though. Okay. Talcora. I like Boon Segment, but I don't think that's really the direction I want to be rolling with you. I could try Mark of Protection. See how strong that feels with these changes. A lot of this bar is Divine Favor, so it's not like it'll shut it all down when she uses that. I like what he's doing. Okay, Melania is definitely a lot of like additional healing support type stuff. And Vec is... Okay, we maybe have an excessive amount of healing, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. We seem to be killing things okay, and that's what matters. Hey, Ruben. No, nothing of particular note here. Okay. There might actually be some spirits? Question mark. Grab recuperation. Not really eager for recuperation, though. Don't know who I want Blindness Minx on. It's not exactly a good one. Not like the top tier. Grab Dissonance and Soothing and Restoration. Yeah, it's like, part of it is I just don't want to be spending resources on skills that I don't... Not likely to be using super soon, and would rather focus on like elite hunting and stuff right now. So it is what it is. Kurzik key. Sounds like money to me. You stop that. I should probably replace Body Shot with the skill that does more, but I'm not really sure what I would want there. What would I want there? It doesn't matter how good they make the AoE on this. At 10 energy, is the baseline of it is just too weak to be interested in. First gold drop is a swift divine staff of healing prayers. I mean, certainly can be used on heroes. Or whatever. It doesn't hurt to have Body Shot. It does do decent damage anyway. And you never know when you might want some energy management. Well, these mantises can actually be kind of dangerous. Man, I love a good barrage splinter weapon hit. Look at that cool structure up there. What a neat spot. Okay, Klaus. Start talking. Yeah, I'm here to take you away. What's best? Going up that way? Well, let's just fight these wardens. It would be neat if there was like a bow attack that interrupted the attacking foes and did bonus damage to them. Why did Klaus take damage there? Whew. That was a splinter weapon. Okay, I might have a lot of healing in my party, but we need a moment to heal up. Wilbur. Sorry, I might be thinking of a certain pig. Those who don't know, Charlotte's Web. That is what I am referencing. Children's book about a pig and a spider. They're good friends. Also, the spider knows how to write. Don't worry about it. Happy to see blurred vision interrupted. Lieber there with the family FTS, and she's got a falchion for some random reason. Are they monks? Yes. Okay, time to trigger the dialogue. That is often had timing issues. Kind of a weird thing. 300 gold for this key, which is pretty nice. I can turn in these, drop these first scores off my bank. Okay. Wonder what I'd think of Charlotte's Web if I were to read it now. Not likely to. Not that interested, but let's go this way. All these enemies dropped gold coins. Neat. The last one's actually really close to the destination zone, which is kind of neat. Okay, I don't think this going that way is actually helpful. I think it's just better to go around the other way now that I'm got some of the map uncovered, and I don't know, it's been ages since I've done this particular quest, so at least that's the way it feels. I'm pretty sure my monk went through a different path. Okay, let's not stand in that. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I did Yala on her and all that. More of a Luxon focus. Right, that's somebody that I need to talk to for the Beak of Darkness quest, if I recall correctly. Oh, hi. Ash Blast is not an especially threatening skill. Okay, I think we've cleared them up. Eternal Grove is a rough mission, though, to do solo. I'm gonna have to figure out my heroes in that particularly. A lot of the difficulty comes from the fact that you're trying to guard two different areas. It's not bad if you like have a good human team and stuff, but Obsidian strength is not super great against this team. a lot of it is being able to handle the quantities that'll come at us. It's the sort of thing where I would preferentially have like 2 minion masters. And how is this Elias set up? Not at all. Not at all set up. I'm probably going to want to spend a little bit of time just reconfiguring my team. I believe dragon roots are... Yeah, let's not do barbs, shall we? Yeah, good old plant fiber source. Oh. For some reason, I was expecting expecting Skull Juju to be a collector's trophy, but rather a other thing. Sergeant Geinrich. Geinrich? Rick? I don't know. I don't know how they want us to be pronouncing this. Need to wait for the volunteers to catch up. They have to get within range for him to be like, they're all here. Please go on. Mm-hmm. At least you don't have to keep people alive for this mission. That would be really obnoxious. Still more Luxon than I am Kurzik, but that goes with the territory, I suppose. Okay, I'm gonna pop up to my guild hall to take care of my inventory, so that way I don't have to worry about faction alignment nonsense, which can absolutely be obnoxious. It's not a thing I want to deal with. Amateur hour. Skills from your secondary profession deal 30% more damage to foes with that primary profession. It's kind of an interesting little one to know how that's going to work out. Yeah, it's not like you don't get a decent amount of income playing in through the campaigns and stuff, but it's just you really are in a weird position where ooh, I can get glass arrows soon. Nice. But you really are in kind of an odd position where oh, right. Actually, I want to stay there. Do I have... I know I've completely dropped my train of thought, but that's going to happen sometimes. Some radiant insignia, minor tactics. Gingerbread focus. Be a while before that's relevant. It's going to be a way while before those are relevant. What a random assortment of random stuff I've got going on. Okay, I don't have what I was wondering about. Okay. I'm going to move Elias over to the sort of build that I have been running on other ones. Let's say insignia are now back down to a reasonable price. I do like Undertakers. I'm not gonna grab one of those. Soul Reaping is actually pretty affordable right now. I don't need Minor Blood particularly. I mean, it wouldn't be bad, but okay. Let's just get him set up. Okay. I want. Okay, so the big thing is Death Magic is going to drop down a bunch, and I'm not going to use the Channeling Magic. I'm okay with keeping Flesh of My Flesh for resurrection purposes. Resistance, Soul Reaping. Yeah, and the thing is, like, a lot of this is going. Minions are just extremely useful here. Just extremely useful. So I'm gonna bring some. I do like the splinter weapon stuff. I think that's particularly good with both me and Jin here. I could see swapping Vec over to it. Makes the most sense. I can just plop that in. And Flesh of My Flesh. She's nice for some additional, like, support type stuff. But honestly, I think I want to drop Milani. They don't need her running around trying to catch up to people. I see the issue, though. I could go Jorah. Would definitely change her bar from this. She's probably not rocking a super absorption. No, she's not rocking anything right now. Might as well give her that. Okay. I don't know why I'd use Minor Fire. Let's get this Knights out of here. Okay. Okay, minor tactics, minor strength. I'm gonna go major swordsmanship. I don't think she needs the additional HP loss. Stone Fist insignia is also good to have on hand. Okay. And she's got reasonably competent equipment. I can bonus her a better shield, though. I think this is a tactics shield. This is a better tactics shield. So my bonus is so pathetic on this character, but what you can do. I, like, honestly would love it if they would open up the other bonus stuff, but I think we'll drop Fiery Scythe of Defense. Yeah. Okay, let's leave Guild Hall and let's get Jorah set up. She could go slash Necromancer. I don't really have a reason to do that, though. Give her some strength instead. And then... I kind of like the idea. I don't really think she needs that. I see. Symbolic strike, eh? Kind of want to roll with charge. I feel like Savage Slash is a bit redundant. Jack Thrill of Victory. Preached to ally. That counts allies. I'm gonna give her Iway. She might not use it super well, but it might be okay. I don't know if this is gonna work at all, but I don't know. I don't have to do well. I just have to get through it. It'd be nice if I could get the maximum reward for keeping all of the treesingers alive. But like, if I don't get it, I don't get it, and that's that. This mission is hard enough as it is. This bonus does give us an increased movement speed, by the way, while we're in here. So I'm gonna need the guys to spawn. Yeah, I was basically telling you these people do not need to survive in order to be able to win here. Okay. I need to go take out that guy. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything. It just means their HP is low. It starts meaning something when they start dying. Okay. Yeah. This is why I wanted charge to help speed us up out here. We're probably going to lose Tree Singers. Yeah, no, the Sea Turtle coming into place down here. Those guys are doing a great job of intercepting here. Klaus, I'm gonna leave my guys over there for the moment. I'm gonna bring Klaus over here. So he can block this side. Danica, if you could do me a favor and go, I don't know, heal the tree singers or something, that would be spicy. Okay. You can chill out here. Need to clear out siege turtles. Yeah, my guys are getting here quickly enough. Minions can help delay some of these guys too, which is good. Okay, we got guys coming in on the other side. One of the things that's special about these Juggernauts is they resurrect, so... Or at least that's kind of like the narrative. Makes them special. They still could stand to have a little bit of a heal, but... Okay, that probably has cleared off enough of the random attackers that we can go take care of this turtle and its support. Let's get Berta pulled down from up here. It's not doing anything up here. Okay. I want Berta helping support this side. There'll be some afflicted groups that attack the side. More of them hit down there, I think, but... Okay, we've got another turtle group coming in over here. Where's Berta? Okay, trundling along. Okay, you hang out there. Yeah. Jorah yells at us to move faster as soon as I want her to. It's great initiative from her. She's actually doing a really good job, so. What are we facing? We've got another ranger and siege turtle over there. I want to clear those out. Once we get one more over there and clear that out is when it should transition to There is some value to leaving the rangers alive because they can help protect you, but once things change, but okay, Klaus is down. We bought time, which is what's important. Okay, we're getting close. I do want to bring Klaus back up to that location before I go kill that siege turtle, but I feel like understanding the mechanics of these missions makes it easier to do well at them. Kind of an obvious feeling thing to say, but okay. Hang out here, please. I'd like to grab this composite bow. I definitely feel like this has been kind of hectic, but not as bad as I remember it as being. Okay. Yep. The Afflicted are coming. Okay, Klaus and Berta over there to hold down that side. Lieber is going to help hold up here. Should be Elias's flag. I'm wanting to stick Elias over there, I think. To support that side with minions. While the rest of us come over here. Hopefully Menlo and Danica hang out over there as well. Their main job is hopefully to delay long enough for me to be able to clear out my side and then go clear out their side. They definitely are the less attacked one, I believe, but I'm not positive on that. Certainly doesn't feel like it right now, but I'm just going to have to keep an eye on things and try to clear this side up as quickly as I can and then go clear out that one. Okay, Lieber went down. Not ideal, but ooh, Monstrous Fang. Don't mind if I do. One must always have their priorities. Okay, I need to get back over the other side. It's just less defended, so. Good job tanking Menlo. Okay, Elias is down, which is not great, but is the situation right now. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, market protection, yeah, that'll help. Market protection will help a ton. Okay. All of these guys are dead, which is not exactly what you want to have happen, but is certainly what has happened. Lieber, you can stay there. I'm going to bring the other two over here. Wish these guys weren't so plotting, but it is what it is. Elias absolutely needs the support. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to stick Talcor there to help hold stuff. I need to go and hope that minions can rule the day. If nothing else, marker protection will help Elias stay alive a heck of a lot longer. Okay, Elias is down. I don't like what's happening to my backline. Do. Okay, what do we still got? We've got 2 dead Juggernauts. I don't think marker protection is helping Elias that much right now, thanks. Okay, I need to go over this way. And these hordes are large. Okay. Get that thing alive. Dang it. There's a Ray of Judgment too, I bet. It would be, you know, it would help a ton, honestly, if for some reason 2 weeks is watching. Put the treesingers in the ally list, like the freaking baby turtles in Gyala. There's a couple of sneaky warriors that will run around the backside, so I'm leaving Elias and Talcor there to deal with them. Yeah, you can see them over there right now. Honestly, doing this by myself and keeping even 11 of the tree singers alive feels like a pretty good accomplishment, because that is friggin' rough. Okay. It is a real bummer, though, that just one died. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that fact having happened, so... I'm gonna put on a Sign of Capture, because I know that there's some good stuff out there. I'm just gonna go head out to Morris Drive Trail. I don't feel like trying to figure out other stuff. Highway is maybe not as good now. So I'm gonna swap that out as well. I'm not sure for what. Disarm is such a technical skill. Do I have Mending Touch yet? No, still haven't grabbed it. I really need to figure that out. I say that as if it's some challenge to figure out. It's not especially, it's just a matter of going to the right place. Man, I Will Survive is such a bad skill. Maybe just to the limit. I don't know. Nothing really stands out to me as like, this would be a great choice for her. What a situation. You know what? No, let's just go with Shield Bash. Maybe she'll be able to figure out using that. Yes. I'm sure he is. I am still very slightly Luxon. Shadow stepping to dodge my arrow is definitely impressive. I will grant the dredge that. My goal right now... experts... Somewhere out here is Expert's Dexterity. No. But Glass Arrows, I'm pretty sure, is in this map. A little bit more southward, I think, though. Woo! That was a beautiful Splinter Barrage. That's the sort of like exhilaration Guild Wars 2 just cannot give you. It doesn't know how to wall of numbers. I don't know who just got the mark of protection, but they are safe. Oh yeah, charge is going to be really nice for the warden traps too that like to cripple you. It removes crippled, so that actually makes charge surprisingly nice to use. I think I might go get another jade stone. Is it Inlay Splinter Cell? Maybe. Go over there and find out. It's a ranger, so. I think there's a couple bosses around here that I do want to capture from, but Wardens of Earth are accidentally hit Area of Restoration. That was not my objective, but I'll take it. Yeah, Splinter Shot. That makes sense. Splinter Call, excuse me. Oh, Quick Shot. Okay, well, not the skill I was looking to capture, but I mean, I do need to get it at some point in time, so I'm here, so I might as well. I don't think Quick Shot is great. I believe it had some more benefit in a time before it was subjected to aftercast delay. Because you'll notice I use it, and then my character goes into this little stance afterwards. Like, it's nice for being able to get an additional shot off. It's basically... Like, if it was an elite called shot that was unblockable, that would help a little bit, but... what they could do to make Quick Shot feel better is they could just give it, like... a little bit of plus damage. It can be no attribute. It can be, like, 10 plus damage or something. Like 10 plus damage is unblockable, and Quick Shot suddenly feels like fine. The idea is that you can use it to add additional shots because it has a quick activation time. But in practice, like, I'm not sure. Like, I just wouldn't ever bring it with me. So this is literally a skill that I'm getting because I have the thing. Not because I'm particularly interested in it. Arbor Earth Call is in this map also somewhere. Kind of in that water area, but I think I'm going to refrain from that while I have Menlo with me because it's potentially dangerous elementalist boss. But yeah, this is probably the only time Quick Shot's going to be on my bar unless 2 weeks decides to change it to actually do anything useful. I think it's a skill that maybe was good once or had some use once, but just... Maybe there are people who do like it, but I've just been so deeply unimpressed by it that I just don't care. Honestly, if they made it an unblockable, moves twice as fast, plus 10 damage ranged attack, Quick Shot could be kind of neat. Because then you could use it with wands and stuff too. I don't know that I would, but you could. The thing is, it just doesn't really feel like an elite to me. And, like, if it wasn't an elite, I still wouldn't use it. So that's kind of all you really need to know sort of territory, as far as I'm concerned. I've talked about it more than it deserves. I think the Soul Twist boss is kind of near here. I'm planning on capping it on this character, I think. Warden of Lights are kind of dangerous. And he, like, is an important priority target since... Okay, I wasn't really looking to aggro these guys, but I see that that has somehow happened, so... I feel like I've been picking up enough loot that I was a little concerned about the fullness of my inventory. Honestly, a spear attack that's increased attack speed and unblockable and flies faster, like that by itself could be actually kind of good. If it was a ranged attack and you could use it with spears also, I mean. Jor is really good at getting up there into combat. The Ritualist Construct should be near here, and I think it might have good stuff, so I'm going to want to cap off of that. I should double check. I think that's a Soul Twist boss, though. There's also the Primal Rage boss up here, but that is deeply not as skilled as this character once, so... Yeah, there's a Ritualist Construct, and there's Stronger Tangle Branch, which has a shield that I have. It's a nice strength shield that it can drop, or at least one that I've historically liked. Song of the Mists. Well, I guess we're going to fight this thing now. Not really what I was looking to do, but... Yeah, okay, this is a Soul Twist boss. So I'm going to want to cap off of it. With this character in particular, but that's a good one to it's so easy to go get, so once we have gotten inside, I will go do that. It's always more than I expect it to be. This is some pivotal stuff there, narratively, but the factions cinematic covers the most important parts of like what happens at the top, although a lot of the lead up is like kind of important too. But actually, before I grab that, I really should... Hang on, I want to... Can I do it at my guild hall? Maybe? Do I have I should have a factions person here. Don't know where offhand, because I never interact with them. There they are. Faction rewards. Jedi Shard. 1, please. Okay, I need to drop a bunch of stuff off. It's like I don't want to get that too low because I'm gonna have to check to see if that's worth anything, but that's fine. Okay. It's not good. But it is worth 84 gold, so it's not nothing. Suppose. Chirp. Ooh, Vitae. That's probably worth something. Herald's honestly not bad. If you... I believe Herald is a generic one. And if you're doing a... the traditional, like, soul twist, or traditional BIP, resto BIP, consider Herald's insignia as a way of boosting your guy's armor a little bit. Yeah, Vitae is worth something. Herald's is not worth enough to take out of here. It's just not. Attunement. Attunement's worth enough to take out of here. Okay, I've gotten all this identified. I'm just making sure everything has a value to it. Yeah, and the Herald's was not worth bringing out. Okay. Just grab that. I do want to withdraw a bit of cash so I can go to this guy and get some signals of capture. I keep myself floating around 20 plat on this account. It's not super important, I guess. But I want to be able to, like, grab something if I'm wanting it or whatever. Okay, I'm officially converted over to Kurzik now. It's really... What would be nice is if displaying the title oriented or aligned you with that one as well. Yeah, I need a lot more before I'm considered a friend of the... You have to get to the friends tier 1 status before you can get the skills, so... Kind of on my mind a little bit here. Okay, there. Soul Twist is unlocked. Let's see. I'm just gonna go kill this guy. Soul Twist is obviously not useful on this character at the moment because it's a highly specialized elite skill with that just happens to be something that aligns to be very powerful. There's another outpost down here that I want to get to because it's just super duper useful. Okay, didn't get his thing, but that's okay. I've farmed this before. I don't remember this strategy anymore, though. Didn't try it there, eh? Okey-doke. Wow. It's a cool area over there, isn't it? I like the yellow windowed things. Having your heal interrupted is always rough. Got Spirit Light twice in a row now. Didn't use it on recharge though, I noticed. It's a 4-second recharge and is not using it that frequently. There's probably some random reason for it, but it doesn't really matter to me. Okay. Arbor Earth Call should be kind of in this direction as well. There's a lake that it's in the middle of, and I think it's this one. Yeah, you can see there's a rest shrine there and just like south of it. Yeah, there's Arbor Earth Call, so we should go take that out. There's an argument to waiting until I can do it in hard mode, but honestly, I don't care that much. It would give me more gold or more copper Zeishan coins, which is certainly not bad, but yeah, it's a substantial bit more, but I don't know when I'm gonna unlock hard mode anyway. And I'm coming through the area, so all the more reason to go after it now, IMO. No, I don't want lacerate, thanks. Ooh, gold armor. I bet it's terrible. Superior illusion magic. Okay, it's worth almost 400 gold, which is almost certainly more than superior illusion magic is worth. But not entirely certain. That's definitely a to be checked sort of situation. I definitely am not in an advantage from down here, but Earl Oathwarden. I think that might be a charge boss, but I'm not positive. This guy is not alone, by the way. Definitely the biggest threat in this spot, though. Good job, Marauder shot. I don't know why that felt like a Hyper Beam from Pokemon Gen 1 moment. Like, for those who... Earlier Pokemon Gens, Hyper Beam would not have a recharge if it knocked out the opponent, only if it hit without knocking them out. So killing the boss with Marauder shot and then immediately having my bar recharge because of the morale boost felt a little bit like that, where it's like, oh, this is supposed to have a downside that I just got around. Not that having some of those skills temporarily recharging is a huge deal, but it's just kind of what it reminded me of. Hi. Okay. I'm pretty sure I just de-shotted Spirit Light, which is absolutely miserable feeling. Having your healing skill de-shotted is just like, oh, I guess I'm dead now. I'm never recovering from this. I like Shield Guardian, but it does have a little bit of a cast time. No, stop life bonding. Could really go for a second Necromancer. Probably will end up with Margaret, but Master of Whispers would definitely be a benefit to this character. Maybe I ultimately run Livia's Blood Magic, but in Masters' Curses, but maybe I will do things a little bit different to start. Oh, is it over there? Hang on. I thought the outpost was over there, but it might be actually over here. Just leave the minions. I have a decent 20-second hex removal spell that's like remove target hex from an ally. The hex is removed from all other allies. A nice counter to suffering. Not a great one, but nice. Okay. This should... Yeah, Durheim Archives. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not worrying about that in hard mode. Just going to Embark Beach. Grab Unwaking Waters. What is our bounty for today? Rygar Maneater? Sure. Gonna be a hot minute before I do that one, though. Hot minute before I do Ricey Palace, too. I'm getting closer to it, but... Okay, cool. I will trade these in for silvers, then. That's 5 silvers. 1/10 of the way there. Though, who gets the equipment bag? I don't know. Barrage. Let's just slip that on there for now. Angel, I want to know about this, please. Illusion. Yeah, okay. Superior. Wow, Soup Dom isn't even worth anything right now. That is wild to me. Minor Inspiration is worth something, but... Okay. Good. No. Then I have stuff and things and things and stuff. Um. Going to. I wish they'd put Drox and like I don't know, Sunspear Sanctuary is maybe not quite the best fit. Dashka Inlet maybe, but something that's an 8-person spot. Even there's a consulate docks in the boat menu. I don't know how hard it would be for them to add stuff to it, but having 8-person areas in this boat would be nice. And it's like there's only 4 items. There's plenty of room for more ports. I would like them to add more ports. Heck, they could add Xingye Monastery or Setang Harbor as ports if they wanted to. Okay. Do I want to go to Unwaking Waters now? Part of what I'm thinking about is skill captures. Because, like I said, Morstov Trail has quite a few. Glass Arrows is off of a Dredge boss, not a Warden boss. I see. Tainted Flesh is available here as well. Oh, okay. This guy's like right outside of Asberg. Okay. South and down. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Let's go grab glass arrows because I like glass arrows. I can't lie. I don't know what we're doing with this Sir Mix-a-Lot nonsense. But anyway. I've been pretty happy with Marauder Shot, by the way. I feel like it's a nice chunk of damage. I don't feel like it makes the enemies too strong feeling that have it. I don't know. It's been a nice little chunky bit of damage that has been added, which has been nice. No, I don't want Shatterstone happening, thanks. Ooh, Splinter Weapon. Question I have is, do I want to go to Unwaking Waters now? I can. Honestly, part of me is like, I should progress elsewhere. It'd be nice is getting all of my characters past the befriending quests, but I need to advance more characters in Nightfall as well. Is it? Yeah, Nandet over there, Glassweaver is who I need. Honestly, this many barrage users just makes me want Order of the Vampire pretty badly. But I don't really have someone I want to use it on, you know? Ah, there are multiple gardeners, I see. Clever strategy. I'm detecting a distinct lack of ability to break through stances on my team. That's something an assassin can bring. Glass arrows is really nice because it makes your bow deal a heck of a lot more damage. Obviously pretty incompatible with barrage, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. I think I might just drop this character off here. I could do glass arrows if I wanted to. Do I want to? Glass arrows, dual shot. I think I'll stick with barrage for now. It's just so versatile. Slash lethal. It is nice, like the amount of money you're able to make in these areas that are not at the beginning of the game. That must be Gyala. Then Unwaking Waters, Raisu, etc. Where is the merchant that I'm positive is in this outpost somewhere? And yet, I cannot find them. This should have an NPC that lets you go out there once you've beaten the mission. I mean, they've got a freaking zone transition marker there. Johanna. Zealous bowstring with a bow grip of defense. Okay. Character swap. I don't really want to do the wilds though. Oh, whatever. I did grab Unwaking Waters, right? Yes, okay, good. Okay. I don't really need anti-undead tech on Zenmai anymore. So I'm going to go back to being slash monk on her with empathic removal because there's going to be a bunch of cripple flying around and spiders being jerks. And what is going on with my attribute allocation? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. If I want to fill out this book, I need to fill out the middle. I can't just fill out the end. See how like improper my book is? It's just missing Riverside Province, Aurora Glade, Bloodstone Fen, and the Wilds. So the sooner I have that filled out, the better. And then this character can worry about other campaigns, I suppose. I don't believe I have any reason to care about trying to do... No, I'll eventually get a bonus, I'm sure, but I really don't want to deal with it right now, so we won't. Well, my elementalist did a good job. That's all I can say about that. Did they fix that animation? That looked a little bit more like it actually happened than it has been lately. I accidentally power spiked Orson of Healing, which made me look super skilled and was in fact not what happened. I did do the bonus over on Delesio, which is a pain in the rear end. Is this a character that I did? No, I haven't done Dunes on this one. I did do Dunes on someone. Whatever. I might do the bonus. It's not a bad idea. That is so many guys. Did you see how many... It's elementalist rod quartzing things that was about. Okay. Maybe I should just go do the bonus. I'm going a bit later. I started later, and I don't have the stuff at the end time, so I'm going a little bit later in the day as well. So, anybody who's wondering, I feel like I'm just carting around Acolyte Sosuke and Vec, and they're the ones who are taking care of everything. Not like the worst plan of action, I suppose. Well, I'm gonna catch Orson. I thought I'd be timely or something. Hey, that animation played. And then they disappear. Those animations have been a little wonky lately, I feel like. I'm going to be curious to see if they fix the ones in Aurora Glade, because those ones were deeply non-functional for a very long time, and it would be very cool to have those working again. I don't think we're going to see that today, because I don't think I'm going to get all the way there. But... Guardian, you say? I don't think my team cares about that. Might care about Protective Bond a little bit, though. Empathy is such a worthless skill right now. Just everything is dying so fast to pyromancers that it's just not doing a whole lot. I need to go turn somewhere else to get up to where the bonus stuff is. I might need to. Hang on. Do I care? To be honest, I don't. I really don't. I don't want to deal with lugging the seat around. I don't want to... Sorry, I was too busy looking at Gretch Trundle. Trundle? Trundle. Gretch Trundle. Okay. Well, this isn't gonna be too big of an issue for you, but... Okay, that guy had no energy left. These guys apparently burn a ton of energy. Yeah, okay. Just stand there if you want. Just a lot of centaurs today. Just fighting a ton of centaurs. I'm gonna help burn this down. Never mind. I burnt it down without being it just mere help that I was offering. Okay. Kind of was hoping I wouldn't have to engage, but it's fine. Imagine if trapping was a thing you could legitimately do in Guild Wars 2. Like, I know traps exist, but the ability to plant, like, 50 versions of the same trap on top of itself and then have enemies walk into it and take, like, 500 damage is not really a thing. Well, 500 damage in Guild Wars 2 terms is pathetic, but, you know, 50,000 damage or whatever from walking onto traps. I see what the thing is. Spirit of Symbiosis there is low level and pathetic. Therefore dies easily. It's a level 8. This is not going to do much. Okay, I died before I could even attempt to E-Surge it, which is an acceptable outcome. I just want to go fight spiders. Call it a day. The Meguma jungle missions are not my favorite, and it makes me so glad that I can just skip them, or that they're like skippable. But you know, if you're filling out a book, you do need to do them. So here we are. Does this allow me to get down the way I need to? I don't think so. I think I need to go this way. Get out of here, Spirit of Symbiosis. Oh, you didn't like that? There's Shiny Blade running off. Easy peasy. Mm-hmm. I can go down this way. Maybe I'll even fight Trundle. Wouldn't that be exciting? Man, I really, really like. It's slowly but surely becoming like a really high wishlist item for me for having explorable versions of Prophecy's mission maps. I just think that would be really cool. And it would make cartography so much easier. Well, I'm happy about interrupting Maelstrom. missed it, but that's okay. Always get silk out of them. It's my favorite, like, tip of if you expert salvage a spider web, you get silk. It's just, it's very handy. And it feels like it allows you to get way better value out of them. It feels good too. I'm only identifying these things if they're blue and could have... Yep, there's Trundle. We're going to go fight Trundle now. I'm actually kind of excited about that. Kind of a fun name. Yeah, see, improved sale value. Sometimes you look at that and it's like, worth it. That was a bad camera angle, but here we are. About time to fight the spiders and end this mission. We've been in this map for 13 minutes. Which is honestly not that bad. It's not like it's taken that long. I have almost 200 hours on this account. Neat. The spiders were a miscalculation. Remember. Do your math right when it comes to spiders. Could turn out really badly otherwise. Okay. Bloodstone Fen. Can't say I'm eager to do Bloodstone Fen right now. But I do want to get to Coral Falls. It would get me there. I'm just double checking that I ID'd all those things. Now let's get these things out of my inventory. Let's just get this out of the way. I'll probably wrap up after this. I'm definitely not going to do the bonus here, though. This bonus sucks. I don't have to, so I don't want to. Guys are high enough level that we're getting what? Micro amounts of it? Did we just get a tiny bit of experience points from those? Maybe. I can't cross this gorge. Why I want to get all of the stuff mapped. Sadra's here to teach us about vine seeds, but it's okay. One thing I will say for this mission that is really neat is it does like wrap you around the bloodstone just a ton. Like you get a lot of different angles on it, which is kind of neat. It's interesting too. You kind of expect this mechanic to show up a little bit more often than it does. It was mostly like there's a bonus one in the wilds, literally for the bonus. And then it shows up here, and I don't think it shows up again, right? It's not in Aurora Glade. They have a different mechanic there. I felt very mesmering on that guy. A bunch of PB AoE nonsense. Yeah, they made short work of that guy. You fight a lot of Thorn Devourers in this mission, don't you? I'm trying to think about most of my characters not actually being far enough to have Norgu unlocked. It's going to punish me for trying to take this path. Anything? Earthquake. Spicy. I've definitely been skipping this mission a lot. I can tell, being like, okay, how's this one go again? Like, I remember parts of it, but just this lead-up part is not one of them that I remember as well. I feel like I remember Aurora Glade more just because you tend to fail that one a bunch because it can be kind of rough, especially if you're trying to do it in hard mode. That's a good one for minions, is what that one is. Definitely a good one for minions, that. But anyway. Just evaporated. I know a lot of it too is I've been doing Mysterious Message, and that takes you to Coral Falls as part of the quest chain that's involved in. So I've been getting to Coral Falls a lot that way, which means you can like. The only reason why you need to do Bloodstone Fen is for the book page. I mean, there's 1,000 experience points in the skill point, which are not nothing, but like skill points are not the reason why I don't have all the skills. You know, it's map progress combined with money. So Zenmai really doesn't need her shadow arts right now. We're just so grossly overleveled that it's just not doing much. Whatever. It's probably using a base value Trolonguin, so. Ah, the vine flower seeds. Just as I have been longing to run into. Yeah, because what this does is this loops us around here so we can get this vine flower seed planted, so we can get over there, so we can get another vine flower seed planted to a place we got to previously. It's kind of an interesting design and very intricate. Which I think is kind of neat, frankly. Does play a little bit better when you can have multiple people carrying vine seeds. They do need to go run back and grab another one. And that's a little bit, like, tedious when you're by yourself, but, you know, it's just a consequence of playing by yourself, so. Of course, then you have these guys that spawn, but that's to be expected. Easily dealt with. This is a lot more annoying when you're on a martial character. And can't do anything without dropping the plant, and then etc., etc. I guess half my account is, right? Assassin, Ranger, Warrior. Three. Mesmer, Monk, Elementalists, Necromancer. Oh, yeah, Dervish is the last one. So Dervish, Ranger, Warrior, and Assassin. So half of them are, yeah. I was saying before I... It's not correcting yours. Miscorrected myself? What's the opposite of... Errored myself? What's the opposite of correcting yourself? You had it right, but then you say something that... And then you're like, no, wait, I think it was this, and then it's wrong. I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Well, I guess take the morale boosts. Guy like burnt through all of his energy super fast. So we basically need to do that sort of loopy-doop thing like twice, and then we're at the Bloodstone. Ryder has really bad luck. How long have I been in this map? 10 minutes? Probably be around another 10 if I had to guess. At most. I don't expect it to take super long, but I do expect it to take a little while. Beginning of enemies who use Iway. Where does this go? Hang on. Where does that go? Now I'm curious. Deflect all the arrows you want. Okay. 150 gold. Because, like, the path forward is taking that over to there and then allowing you to go over to there. So what's that one do? Does that also take you over to the middle area? Is that an alternate path? If so, it's obviously worse. But I'm curious enough now that I'm going to investigate. The bonus is really well hidden in this one, too. Obnoxious, but really well hidden. Turnabout's fair play. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm probably making myself have to walk further with this. That is what I'm expecting to have happen. But because I am curious enough, I'm going to find out if that is exactly what I'm doing to myself. That's almost certainly the case. That's just like, this is an alternate route that I don't ever take. Yeah, okay, so this goes over to here. And neat. Usually I take that one, like I said, and I do think that one's a lot shorter and therefore more convenient. And therefore the one that I tend to take, but this other one, I mean, like I said, I just made myself go further, but it's not a huge deal, and knowledge has been gained. Not especially useful knowledge, I grant you, but knowledge has been gained. Do 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 do. And an unidentified bow, you say? Not a very good bow. But it is Maguma, so I wasn't exactly expecting a good bow. Little glowy plants. Oh, look, it's more moss scarabs. Everybody's favorite. Moss tail. Yeah. Kind of optimistically power spiked it and nothing happened. Okay. It's been 16 minutes, and I'm finally at the part where I'm, like, about to go to the bloodstone that the mission is named for. You know, it's just how it goes, I guess. But Poor the Relentless. Just hanging out in a little corner where I'm going to ignore him. Yeah, you can see the like bloodstone-y, spiky things coming off of it that they use a lot for bloodstone stuff, and particularly Janthier Wilds obviously deals a lot with bloodstone. See some of the Mersat Soul Battery doohickeys hooked up to it as well. Of course, we got a view of it earlier. There's Ryder's dead group, and yeah, there's Blade Scout Ryder. Interesting right there. That's a I might be where Sadra was, but that structure reminds me of a Resurrection Shrine. Yeah, here's where we get the cutscene. Hableon. Yeah, and there's Sadra. Hello, Hableon. Goodbye, Hableon. Victory. Hello, Quarrel Falls. Hello, Gareth Quickblade. Well, I think this is a fine spot to wrap up. It's about 8 p.m. my time. And I have a quest to direct me where I'm going to go. That all seems fantastic. I'm going to just take a moment to clear out my inventory. It's nice seeing so many people just hanging around, doing campaigns and stuff. Hello, Clement. Does Storm have anything of note that I might want on this character? Part of the problem is I don't know what things I'm going to get offhand off of skill quests, so... Like, will I get Distortion? I don't know. Well, it doesn't really matter for now. All right. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here, and I will be back next time to do stuff. Extremely descriptive. But anyway, take care, everyone, and until then, farewell. And thank you for watching, as always.